Welcome, everybody, to episode 46 of How to Become a Sales Warrior. This is my co-host,
Mark Simpson.
And we are here with two very special ladies, one Jamie Pirowskin and Jill Scher. We're going to bring them out shortly. Mark, why don't you tell the audience why we're here?
We are here, Ed, because we are grinders. Have you heard me say it earlier in the week at an unexpected speech that I had to give? We are grinders. We're here to help the younger generation. Some of the mistakes we've made, experiences we've had, and we bring on interesting folks that talk along their journey along the way as well.
All right. So every Monday we start off with a sports moment. Some people have, some people don't. Mark lately hasn't had a sports moment.
Fortunately, New York football's over.
That's a moment.
The Ranger season's over.
Yep, lost 10-2 the other night.
Disgusting. And then we'll see what happens with Met free agency.
So basically, you're the Debbie Downer of Sports Monday.
I'm a New York sports fan.
And I'm the pickup. So my St. John's beat Creighton on a roll, making things happen in the Big East.
Here comes the next part. Go ahead.
And the Islanders beat the Wild Saturday night. We are in second place, enjoying the position.
Not being from Long Island, I didn't even know there were Islander fans until I came out here. So there you go. Yeah.
That's horseshit. All right, so we're going to jump into chapter 17 of the book. The book is How to Become a Sales Warrior. Every week we take out a chapter of. It's always about something that's relevant in my life, something that just happened. That's how, when I sit down on Sunday night and decide what chapter we're going to speak about, I try to think about what's happened recently that's really interesting or I could pull from the book. And chapter 17 is inspiration. When I wrote that chapter, it took a lot to write a book, to get to the finish line, to get there. You do need inspiration to do that. To go through the journey of 18 months of writing a book, publishing a book, doing an Audible, something has to inspire you. And in the book, I have listed many folks who have inspired me to do that journey. And what I want to tell young entrepreneurs is look at someone who is successful, aspire to be successful, aspire to be them, or aspire to gain more knowledge in what you're doing. But being inspirational for myself and then seeing how I'm helping a younger generation, I'm inspiring others, it's a great going around.
I'm inspired for book number 2.
I got 4 chapters.
I'm looking forward to a guest chapter in that one.
There will be. And
I'll just say though, inspiration's key word, right? You talk about that from an entrepreneur standpoint. Every Monday, in our case, every Sunday, Monday, but every day you wake up, sometimes these entrepreneurs have the inspiration to drive and do something when you're passionate about and find that inspiration comes pretty easy, but it's a critical word in success of business.
The action statements in the book are you doing what you're doing for the right reasons? And I know plenty of people who have jobs. And they ain't working for the right reasons, they have jobs.
I think that's a very challenging question to answer. If you asked me 20 years ago, if I was doing, even if you've asked me 5 years ago, it's a very challenging question because you try to balance what you want to do with what you need to do. Right. And as you get older, hopefully you get a little bit more advanced in your career, you get a little bit more freedom to kind of do things like what we're doing now, what we've been doing the last couple of years.
5 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this.
Right.
But now I can. And the other one is strive to be a good person, first and foremost. And I work with a lot of people, not good people. I hate saying it. I actually have a meeting today with my senior VP because he speaks to our group as a bunch of cantankerous, unhappy people. And I'm like, who are these people? They're on my team? We only have 6 people on the team.
Right.
So I don't understand this. So I need some clarification today.
So I have to choose my words very carefully.
Of course.
So working with good people, as been a CFO for 20 plus years, you come across all types of different situations. And when you deal with financing and money, it tends to bring out the worst in people at times. And if you can maintain your character and try to understand, especially in businesses I deal with, sometimes things go wrong.
Things go wrong.
And when things go wrong, a true test of character is how you handle that adversity versus when things are easy, everybody loves each other, but it's really when things go bad.
You know, I had to send a nasty email today to a client who fucked up, plain and simple.
Right.
He didn't read my email in full. He read the first line, the second line, skipped the third line, and went to the fourth line. And that third line was, please make sure to sign your rental agreement, otherwise your container will not ship. He didn't sign it. So on January 6th, when it was supposed to ship,
Let me guess, his container didn't ship.
it didn't ship.
And that was your fault.
And it was my fault.
No,
You
that's how
don't
it
care
goes.
about
Yeah,
me?
I get it.
said,
I understand.
No.
Yep.
I said, I gave you step-by-step instructions.
Yep.
I don't take responsibility for your mistake. I don't. Sorry, it's not who I am. But he was being a very bad person.
Listen, and when you do, you take the call, you turn them. You understand, because that's part of the gig too. Because we are sale, right? At the end of the day, whether it's whatever we all do, it's all about flipping these people.
Well, I let ChatGPT correct what I did say.
It's weird.
It doesn't let you sink yourself, ChatGPT. It lets you say you really don't want to say that.
In a couple of years, it'll let you sink yourself. Yeah.
That's pretty funny. So word of the day, obviously it's inspire. You know, do you inspire others, and who are you inspired by? So for me, I'm inspired by you. I'm inspired by my wife, what she's been through the past 2-3 years. My kids, I'm inspired by them. You know, Emily leaving for Italy in less than a week. I'm inspired by my family. What about you?
So I could go through a whole list of people who've inspired me. Listen, obviously, I have the tremendous amount of respect for you, what you've done. Everything from the way my daughter used to go to your house and the way you guys did dinner and whatnot, and just being a kind person. We've met a lot of people on this podcast, too. I almost kind of feel like the rule to be on this podcast is a no asshole rule.
Right.
Right? Every person that's been on here has been like a really pretty cool, inspiring person, and I feel like we're just doing a lot of really good things. So I'm going through a good positive vibe right now.
Good. That's what I love. That's what I love. And you know what? We finished up early. We're going to head to tequila time. We're going to bring Jamie and Jill out. We will be back in 5. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 46 of How to Become a Sales Warrior. I'm your host, Eddie Podds, co-host
Mark Simpson.
And we have special guests Jamie Pirowskin and Jill Scher. They're our special guests today. They're going to jump right into tequila time with us. So first we make a toast for you guys being here.
And how special we are.
How special you girls
and how
are.
special you guys are.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
To the new year. Yes. Oh my God.
Still.
So you ladies don't know, tequila time actually symbolizes something.
real
And it's
Actually,
it's
that
really
burns
you
a
got
little bit.
the
Is that-
everyone got the face. Yep.
Burning?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, you left your water over there. It's all right.
Okay. I'm okay.
So tequila time is about old and new, and I try to highlight on things that I used to do a certain way that we do differently now. And lately it's changing faster and faster. Mm-hmm. For me this past week, I was looking at joining an organization that went under and then reformed into a new organization. So my old is Huga, which you knew.
I do.
And the new is Nooks and Socials. Does anyone know Adam Holzer?
No.
He runs a networking organization. He's married.
Okay.
He's younger.
He's married.
And I think somebody's connected to him.
Yeah. How quickly things change. I mean, I just met this man a year ago, started getting involved in
Sat
these
right where you
events.
guys sat, yeah.
Right where you sat,
Right.
started getting involved, and then, in the middle of the summer, I find out that the company is disagreements among ownership and dissolve it. Mm-hmm. And in 90 days, he puts together a brand new organization that we were at his grand opening last Friday night, 150 people showed up for.
What kind of company?
It's a networking organization.
Oh, okay, got it.
But
Okay, cool.
it's got social built into it.
Okay.
Not only
Go.
what was my role there?
Your role, he was honoring people, mentors, people who help inspire him, people who meant something to him. And he did it from the longest known 15 years to the most newest, and he was the most newest.
And I was whispering. I said, "Ed, video when I speak."
I didn't hear that. I thought you thought it was going to be about me. I'm like, no, he ain't bringing me up there. But so I'd like to bring you ladies to one of those networking opportunities just to see.
And in all seriousness, just kind of like what I mentioned on the podcast, it's all really good people.
That's
just
great.
like this podcast,
Awesome.
you become an alumni,
Yeah.
it's all really good
Good luck
people.
It's
Yeah.
not the people you show up at some of Rafe's events, a little sketchy. I love you, Rafe. We're going to jump into networking tip, and everybody's going to get a
Okay.
shot at this one.
Okay.
New year, new plan, new business.
Okay.
You got to come up with a new plan every year. You can't just roll over into the new year and do the same thing. For myself, I sent an email to my boss last Thursday. I want to join this organization. I'm going to retract going to these other organizations. Here's last year's cost. Here's this year's cost. Will you approve this? He said yes. There's the plan. This guy has 6 to 7 events every month that I can go to. Everything's paid for already. My monthly fee, membership, whatever you want to call it. The food's free. Soft drinks are free. I don't need to drink everywhere I go, although I like to.
I know. It's,
But new plan, new year. What about you?
I'm gonna go a different direction on this
Go.
one. Just move away from that. So our business is national business, and so when we have trade events, sometimes we got to do annual meetings. So as part of our trade event, what we're going to do is bring our annual meeting right before the trade event.
Nice.
So this way you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You save the money, you fly everybody in. We're in Dallas this year. Bring everybody in, bang out the meeting, then do the network.
Smart.
You got everybody there, and you've got 2
Line
birds
that
with
up.
1. Right.
Jamie, networking tip?
I think the biggest networking tip is you have to go in there and obviously you want to find out about everyone's business and what they do, but I think the trick is to really just be yourself and get to know the person to be the person, for who they are. And just be yourself, and learn about them as a person, ask questions about them. And then you get to kind of take away with that, but you're not going to learn everything just, at one event. So you kind of just want to make an impression to become something where you guys can connect and then take it on after that.
Love it. Joe?
I particularly like making networking events, if I can, similar to the one that we're doing, and bringing people together with, a little bit of good content of what they can take away, substance of what they can take away with, and make it fun and interesting, and really let people just enjoy themselves and get to know each other and collaborate with each other. So I think any events like that have a practical function, maybe a feel-good function, and a fun function, similar to what we're going to talk about in a minute.
So,
is exactly what I love to do all the time.
And the reason I invited you on, the reason I asked you if we could run our podcast at this event is it's who you girls are. You make things fun. People want to be around you.
Well, I was going to say their energy, kind of like, just a quick story. So we had a guest on. Ed was talking about his networking, and he followed a person out of the event where, person's leaving, Ed follows them out to basically track down their business card.
That's great.
But real positive energy, and I can tell you guys are the same way. It's like you guys walk in, okay, everything stops. Gives the attention.
And they did that. And
Heart stop.
that was
I
their
know,
first
yeah.
impression.
I was late.
You were late. You came and sat in her lap. You guys, if you didn't remember, you were sitting right next to my wife.
See, you
and
got to
I.
leave an impression.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Yeah, it
right.
left an impression. And then when Rafe came in on Tuesday to remind us about the event, I'm like, I said that was when it clicked. He's been pushing me to find a way to do a live event for the podcast. So I'm like, this is it.
Awesome.
These are the girls to do it with. I did think I was getting blown off. Who got sick and didn't take my call? They said they were sick. They couldn't talk. Blah.
I didn't.
We take turns
One of you
online.
girls-
We take
okay.
turns.
I would-
Yeah. Was that your turn?
So I went to
don't know.
Rafe.
I don't think that happened.
Yeah.
I think that was something that you just created.
Yeah, I
No, I
believe
was texting
probably
with you. And you
most
said I got a
likely, yeah.
bad throat. I'll call you
Oh,
later.
that was me. That was me. I was sick.
So I
Right.
wasn't lying.
Yeah.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
She couldn't talk. She didn't even
Physically.
talk to
I know.
me.
When a whole
that
week
was-
went by, I felt bad. I thought she,
Yeah.
No,
But-
no.
I know we're going off, but we are excited about doing this podcast.
Yes,
this,
we
is
are.
our, this is our
Yeah.
first remote podcast.
Yeah, super
Great.
psyched.
We'll see how
yeah.
it goes.
Okay.
Excited our daughter's
So-
going to be helping. Yeah.
We're going to get to the next 2 questions, and we can
Yeah.
all tie in. Trust me on that.
Got it.
Best business decision of the week. Business decision was joining Nooks and Socials. It's just going to give me an opportunity to throw a dart on a calendar and pick one of 6 or 7 events that I want to attend, or just one. There's a place in Huntington that does rock salt caves.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
It's free, it's part of it.
I think you have to get undressed for that.
Why would that be a problem?
I mean, that falls right into getting to know people, like Jamie said.
It's
Right,
a different type of networking.
I have no problem with that. I'm bringing my wife. She asked to go.
That's good.
Yeah.
Is it Nixon, N-I-X-O-N?
Nooks.
Oh, Nooks.
Nooks
Yep.
and
No
socials.
wonder they're taking you to the cave then.
I'm in.
They're going to get right into the nooks and crannies.
It's all good.
of things.
It's all good. What about you, Mark? Best business decision of the week?
You know, it's really hard to follow stuff like this, but I'll say this. When you're at various companies and you have your attorneys or your accountants or other legal professionals, sometimes you have to make a change because you get so used to paying that fee. Every year they come, they basically hit you with more money. Everything goes up. And you're like, why am I paying more? Nothing changed.
Right.
Sometimes you can't be afraid to be like, all right, dude.
So would you let go?
With one indiscriminately. In one of the companies, we basically terminated a 30-year accounting relationship.
Sometimes you need to move on.
And it's paid dividends right off the bat. So
I had a conversation with my cousin and my sister because they're heads of wills and estates and whatnot. And I said the problem with our generation, my generation, is you're still stuck in your parents' generation instead of being stuck in your generation. My wife was looking after my kids' fund, and it was underperforming 3 years ago, like bad. A $40,000 account, underperforming. And she called up my cousin and said, who's your investment broker? Whoever they are, you need to change.
Right.
He's a 75-year-old man. Not that age is an issue, but guess what? He's at the end of his career.
Right.
He doesn't know the new trends.
He's not
He doesn't know
staying
what's
relevant.
going on.
Right.
He's
Right.
not staying relevant.
Right.
She goes and tells her this. She takes offense, but does the right thing, changes investment. The portfolio has grown 37% since.
Massive. Yeah.
It's insane.
Yep.
But you get stuck in this, we're going to do things the old way.
Comfortability.
Right.
Yep.
But
Sometimes
I
the old
think
way
what
is-
Jill says, though, is key, like as far as staying relevant.
Yep.
It's hard to acknowledge this, but as we get a tiny bit older, very, very little, but being relevant and changing and
Are
understanding.
you older? Because we're not.
Yeah, I was
And I
very
think you
confused
said
about
you're
that
younger than
comment.
me.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
not older.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
just
You got to
wired.
walk away from that one. Best business decision of the week, Jamie.
My energy just keeps getting higher.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a real quick nutshell. After college, I was in corporate America, and I worked there for 15 years. And when I had my children, I knew that I needed the flexibility to be able to work from home and tend to them. So I have an entrepreneurial mindset, and I became a virtual assistant. And I think actually that's how me and Eddie
Yes.
first met, maybe about
Adrian's
15 years
Network?
ago, from Adrian's Network, about 15 years ago. And it was a kind of business where, I really was able to sell all my big corporate mindset skills to small business owners, which was awesome for them. And I did that for, several years until COVID hit. And then that kind of took me into a segue of working with a specifically niche market where I went from having 20 clients to about 4 or 5 different clients, but they were all in the nonprofit sector. And I became their executive director. So it's kind of just like a little shift in what I was doing for them, which I still do that. But my best business decision, and it's not just going to say of the week, but really of the year, and what came out of all this is having an entrepreneurial mindset and combining that with what I have a true passion for, which is fashion, which is high energy, which is fun, which is helping people, making look good, which I've kind of always just done by instinct, and I've probably lost a couple or I don't know, friends maybe over that. Just joking. They actually really appreciate me.
Very honest.
And I've had several people in my life just really be like, you know what, you gave me confidence. You made me feel great. I've completely changed them, from head to toe, not just exteriorly, but then how they started feeling about themselves. And I just loved that feeling and seeing how positive and the shift in them and how much stronger and confident they became. So I was like, you know what, there was no right timing. I was like, I want to start this company, and I'm going to call it, and I was thinking of names. I'm like, MANstyl'd. And basically, it's a personal shopping, closet curating, business where, again, I just want to help people. I want to make it easy for them. I want to do it in terms of what's comfortable for them, and if it's, you know, by the hour or whatnot. And it's really just been such an amazing endeavor for me.
Do you know Chris Cardizano?
I don't.
He was there at the party.
Oh, is he the suit guy?
He is a suit guy.
So
he
that's
is
the thing,
someone
too.
you really should connect with, because if you're getting that deep and personal with people, that you could say to them, "You look like shit. You should be wearing this."
That's actually exactly what I said.
I'm asking you to reach out to him because
not sorry.
He's built my suit of armor.
Yeah.
I have his $800 custom jacket.
And again, you want to work with people. My like forte is not suits. So my virtual assistant company was called Jamie and Friends, and what I did was I will only do the things that I'm 100% confident that I can excel on. So I would hire people to work around me, you know, and other contractors, of whether it's web design or whatnot, the skills that I didn't have. So working with people that, you know, someone who specializes in suits or whatnot, that's exactly the type of, you know, people I want to eventually surround myself by.
I'm going to ask you to keep it a little shorter.
Okay, that's fine.
It's okay. Best business decision of the week.
Well, I'm going to bring it to a broader thing, but I'll keep it very short.
All right.
And I was always kind of like in the background doing very highly technical tax work. I started my career at Arthur Andersen, and I always was very shy and very technical.
What?
I was so shy. I couldn't even.
Who dragged you out of the closet?
I know.
So eventually I was like, there's no way I was going to succeed unless I started to speak publicly and really have my voice out there. And it took me a lot of time to build up the confidence to even speak at like a meeting. Even when on the days that I was at Andersen, we could have staff meetings, and I had to present, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't speak in public. I had so much anxiety. And I said, I have to get over this. I have to, because it's going to
eat you alive.
Eat me alive and really limit my career path and everything else. So I really threw myself out there, and I started to like simulate myself with speaking in public. I did a lot of, first I started with like technical teaching of CPE credits, you know, tax.
I know too.
And it was easy because I could, as long as I had command of the content, then I could.
Because you knew what you were going to say.
Right.
You didn't have to worry about what you were going to say because it came so naturally.
And then, like the first class I ever taught, they gave out an evaluation, and I was working for another company. It was called CPE Inc. And they filled out the evaluation. Someone wrote, "Beauty and brains. I'm going to sign up for every one of her classes."
Sweet.
And I was like, "What just happened?"
Girl.
And then I was like, "Okay, you know what? I could do this." And I started to build relationships with people and feel more comfortable and throw myself out there. And I ultimately evolved my career from being the technical back person to also staying very technical, because that's what I like to do. I'm on top of the tax laws and what's going on.
You're still active now?
I'm still active. I still have my CPA license. I have my master's in tax, and I still know all of the provisions of the new One Big Beautiful Bill Act and everything else. And I still study it and love regulations.
Donald!
Internal Revenue Code sections get me excited. I can't help it.
I understand.
But
I actually truly understand. This is great.
Get it, right?
I do get it. Yeah.
Like, oh my God, depreciation, R&D credit, and all that
questions.
stuff.
Really
I
Did
can't.
you
I
meet?
should do this alone because I'm getting so excited. But the thing is that I also can talk to people and understand their businesses and their personal lives and be able to tell them, well, this is what you should do. Or I can look at a tax return, or I can understand I want to start a new company, and this is how I'm going to get it funded, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I want to have it structured. And I can identify those things. And then I could delegate the work of the people that I work with now, 11,000 people in my company, to actually do the work. So
Nice.
I like to build relationships very much like Jamie.
What is your role in the company now?
I'm a managing director of tax and business services. So I work with startup companies all the way through publicly traded companies and individuals that usually own those companies, or high net worth individuals as well. And I do tax planning for them.
Nice.
All right. All right.
I have tremendous amount of respect for the I have a tremendous amount of respect for the CPE knowledge and the technical accounting that you refer, which not many people.
Well, it's good to have both, because if you're going to sell, you need to have the technical knowledge.
If you can speak it, yeah. Right.
Do you know Michael Getzel?
I don't know Michael Getzel. Sounds like a
Getzel,
dish.
Schiff, and Pesh.
No, I don't know.
They're an tax accounting firm. He is in my networking group, and he is, until I met you, he's the only accountant that could stand up in a room and make talking about tax is interesting.
Right.
You just can't wait for him to say something else, and it's like mindless bullshit.
I just started sweating when you were talking about
When I said internal revenue code,
I
did
know,
you get excited?
I got
wet.
sweating.
No
I know,
doubt.
yeah.
I mean, Section 1202 is the best.
Jesus Christ.
That's my favorite.
I think Mark's getting excited.
Do you know 1202? Oh
I can't speak on 1202. I'm more of a FASB guy, though.
All right, so
I'm sorry.
I'm tying big win of the week into you ladies. I'm tying my big win of the week was when you said, I'd love for you guys to come be at our event and do some live broadcasting for our podcast. To me, that was a huge win. It was a huge win for him. I'm going to speak it because we're a team. Huge win. We love the opportunity. We thank you for the opportunity. I know we're paying for the opportunity, but I don't care. Just being that we could connect that way, raise some money for, and again, the Clark Gillies Foundation. I personally knew Clark Gillies. I worked with him when I worked for the New York Islanders. Amazing man. I was at the hospital with my daughter yesterday and walking outside the emergency room. There it said, the Clark Gillies.
In Huntington?
In Huntington, you know. So the man's everywhere. His legacy is everywhere. And that's my big win.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
You got a big win? Or you just going to roll with it?
No, yeah, I'll roll with it. Yeah, big win. Look, I get to be here. I get to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So I can't think anything better than that.
Awesome. Big win of the week?
My big win of the week is finding Jill, which we've been best friends for not that long now, but it was really quick in terms of how it escalated.
Right.
And I've always, sorry, let me just back up for 1 second. I've never found that person that I fully trusted with and was so inspired by and felt that like I can align myself with to do bigger, better, has that high energy, you know, that we can keep up with each other. And the fact that we, you know, connected and we said, let's just do an event. And now that it's actually happening
Is this your
week,
first event together?
This is our first event together. We literally built it from the ground up. We kept spiraling and spiraling with ideas.
So how long do you guys go back?
We've known each other for about 7 years,
Yes.
but we do yoga together, namaste.
Namaste.
But we became just super close over the past like few months, and I'm just really psyched about this event. So that's a huge win. I can't wait to see it. That's coming to fruition.
You're talking to someone who actually ran a trade show for 2 years at the Melville Hilton, 150 vendors, where every ounce of that event was on my shoulder, but I had a great team. So I didn't need to be a hero. I just needed to be able to keep people happy in a room. But 9 months went into that event.
Yeah.
So I understand the length of planning.
And we want this to be different.
Of course.
We really want the event to exemplify who we are. So we want it to be, just as Jill was saying, we want it to be, you know, insightful, inspirational. We want people to make new connections. We want people to leave there really enjoying themselves, having fun, high energy, but also, of course, doing it for a great cause.
Are you two emceeing the event?
Well, I can talk about my biggest win too.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I mean, because I want to acknowledge Jamie also, and my biggest win is also collaborating with Jamie. First of all, Jamie is incredible. I recognized it from the first time I saw Jamie, and now in the developing of our relationship over the past couple of months. She is so smart, so talented, and just brilliant in everything that she does. And her ability to talk to people and develop relationships. Her honesty when she says to you, you don't look good.
Sometimes it's brutal.
And also, we've been dealing, in this last week, as you know, putting together an event. We have over 200 people coming. We have raffles, we have sponsors, we have vendors. We're dealing with the venue. We're dealing with the...
Look into the camera. Tell her what's the name of the event. No, over here. What's the name of the event?
A night of fundraising, finance,
fashion, and fun. But we're dealing with all of these people, and we're at the last couple of minutes or days of the event. And Jamie and I are talking to the vendors, and there's things that have to be negotiated. And if something is not right, Jamie calls it out immediately and gets it fixed and deals with it. And she doesn't beat around the bush or do anything else. It really is wonderful to deal with her. And our ability to work together and to create.
We balance
an event
each other out.
It's perfectly balanced each other out.
You guys don't fight over the same guy? We're okay with that?
No.
We help each other?
She takes the top, I
Nah,
take
that's
the
your guy,
bottom.
that's my guy.
She takes
They're
the-
single,
Yeah.
that's why I brought this up. Two single ladies.
Decide who's going to get the top and who's going to get the bottom, and it
Yeah, we
depends
just
on the
switch.
guy.
It just
Okay,
switch.
fair enough,
Switch.
fair enough.
Oh, no,
Let's make sure we cut that clip perfect.
Yeah,
Yes,
or maybe
absolutely.
just cut it out.
No,
No, that's we're gonna leave
that
it
lives
at
on
that.
forever.
Sometimes we're a team, but really the ability to work together and meet people and have the opportunity even to be on this show
Sure.
through the connection with Rafe and going to that event. There's doors that I'm opening up for Jamie.
And I knew
doors
Eddie
that
15
she
years
is
ago.
opening
Now
up
we're
to
back in.
me.
I know.
That was
Amazing.
crazy because I haven't heard
Great.
Adrian Miller's name.
I know,
in
I recognized you right away.
years.
And then when it was Eddie Pods, I'm like, what do you mean Eddie's doing a podcast? He's Eddie Pods.
Brilliant.
It's brilliant.
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 Brilliant,
She
I
was in
tell
my
ya.
backyard once.
Yes, I
for
was.
a networking event
When
that I
I had
I have to
hosted.
make
Party.
it to your backyard.
Yeah.
And I have to say
We don't go
this.
anywhere not together now.
No, we're
Yeah.
attached.
It's-
Before
package
you
deal.
arrived at that party,
Yes.
my wife took it in, went inside. She left for the rest of the night. And I remember this. And she said to me that night, she goes, I will never doubt whether you're cheating on me again. And I said, what makes you say that? Come on, Eddie, man. There wasn't a hot chick in there. They're all 70-year-old ladies. I
Thank
said it was
God.
before
Jamie
you
came
got
out.
there.
Oh, it was before I got there. I was
specified
like, whoa,
that.
whoa,
And,
whoa,
and
whoa.
and that was Adrian's network. It was,
Was
a
it
bunch
like
See,
a-
they could all be really great
Was it
clients
like
of
a
mine.
pool party? Like to do
around my pool.
Around
Around my pool.
Around the pool.
Too
okay.
bad I didn't do MANstyl'd then. You look like shit. You look like shit. You look like shit.
That's what she does.
You all look like shit.
You all look like
And then
shit.
she fixes people. That's the thing. She just fixes them, and she's nice about it.
So why haven't you fixed Rafe? Come on.
I have.
He's
He
a
was my
work
first,
process.
but he was my
We're
first
gonna have a before
MANstyl'd
and
client.
after picture.
Okay,
Are you
good.
kidding?
Because
Yeah.
the blue jeans and the shirt, it's enough
No,
already.
he was my first client, and I was
Excellent.
like, no.
I heard he's modeling for you.
No.
He is modeling.
Cristo
Yes.
Galuzzo.
Crystal
modeling.
Galuzzo, adorable.
You guys were hammered at it.
That's
You
a
invited me to
We were
model,
not
but you
hammered.
never.
We don't even. Yeah, we were
Okay,
always
then why'd
sober.
you say to me, I want you to model me and Glenn, and we never heard from you
Well,
again?
This is our norm.
This is our first event. We're going to
All
do
right.
another one in the summer.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you could definitely model.
We have 14
All right, you got first
models.
question,
They're great.
Mark.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much to cover here.
Yeah.
So let's go back. So when we were doing our cheat and looking at the website.
Yeah.
And I said that when I walked in, I said, "Oh shit, Manscaped. This is
No, it's
intimidating."
not
Well,
Manscaped.
not Manscaped, but
I'd be a lot
That's a
better
little
if it
down
was
here,
Manscaped,
bro.
Keep that too, please.
Clip.
Love it.
I mean, I'm good,
Oh my
but like
God,
not
you
that
have a
good.
I looked at your
Go
site.
called
I looked at your
Manscaped.
site.
I love that.
Well, Manscaped is a.
I mean, we're
yeah.
going to
No, it's a real brand.
Yeah, it's a real
They're
brand.
very rich.
Yeah.
I know, but like we could make it like
We can make it better.
part of your
But when I
services.
was googling
Yeah.
your site, that's what I typed
Clean
it
out
in.
your
But I brought it
closet
up,
and
and I
your
was like,
garage.
well, cleaning out the closet, especially for guys like
Yes.
like it's hard
Yes,
to shop.
Yes.
Like it's
yes.
really hard to shop.
So I think that the thing is that like it's the thing that some guys just don't know they need. You don't understand
You're
how much.
100%.
Okay.
Right.
Your presentation. I mean, let's just take. I'm sorry, but let's just take Rafe for example. I was like, I would never knew you had a dime in your back pocket the way that
Just
you
like a
are.
schlub.
100%. And it's so important. Presentation, and it's not just it's confidence. It's
Your
confidence.
clothes
and
are
it
your
reaches you-
armor, is what I say.
Close your armor.
Your clothes.
Oh, your clothes are your armor.
When I
Absolutely.
put on my
So-
Christopher Allen jacket and
Yeah.
shirt,
You
and
feel
pants,
good.
I feel like a fucking $1 million.
You feel like exactly.
well, how did it come about? Like when
Honestly, I just have that entrepreneurial mind, and I just wanted to really
how old
do
is the
something.
how long you been doing it? now?
About 5 months now.
Okay.
I built my website in a day. I built my own website. I wrote my own website. I just started. I developed an Instagram. I started learning, and actually, my 10-year-old son taught me how to do all those
Makes
cap
sense.
cut
I get that.
videos. It all was
Who-
great.
Let me just ask, who would be like your ideal target market?
Men that dress like shit.
Okay, so again, because listen, this shit is. I'm
But
telling
not
you, it's hard.
necessarily. Let me
Men
tell
that
you.
just want to fine tune their
I'm
outfit.
totally
Right.
joking.
Yeah,
Right.
great.
Because you know what? First of all, there are many men that have style, okay, or like to shop, but don't have the time to shop. Or there are men that, again, have style, but their lifestyle isn't, they don't know what to wear to a night out or to a network.
Do I wear the golf shirt or do I wear the collar
right,
shirt?
Or they're in the fitness industry or whatever it is, and they just don't know. So, you know, to help people save time, to help people stress less, let's say the specific event.
Just in general. I think there's a real market for it.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, just I go shopping, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing.
Right.
And like
you don't have the time.
Yeah, right? Well, and like I'll go somewhere.
And you may not know how to put things together too.
No,
so if you go to people's closets,
I'm FaceTiming from the dressing room with people that can help, and you know it's hard.
I'm sitting here thinking, I want to introduce you to Wayne at the HIA. I want to help you put together a seminar where we can invite all the people from the HIA, men from the HIA. They have an amazing conference room that we were just at in Hop Hog. Set up an event that you come in and talk what you talk. I mean, the goal is to let men know you really need to step up your game if you really want to go to the next level.
And it's more than just clothing. It's confidence building.
But I think if I could set this up for you, it would give you an opportunity to speak in front of 50 to 70 men. Maybe you get 2% of those.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
No. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't. Yeah, that would be terrible. Yeah. Thank you.
Why does that sound terrible?
I'm joking.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck?
Keep up, Betty.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
So let me say something. I think that Jamie also can work with women. I think
Absolutely.
That we're going like we might do an event and have like men and women do a fashion show next time. But Jamie's great. Like she's changing my
And I respect the sparkles and the sequins.
But the name of your company.
It is MANstyl'd, but there's also, it could be woman
I understand that, but I'll give you a small piece of advice. I'll give you a small piece of advice. Focus on what you're really good at this moment.
Yeah. Right.
Until it blows up, until you're ready to go to the next level.
Right.
Stay. There's a market right here that you don't need to go over to this market
right now.
You're right.
now.
You're right.
And that, and that's how everyone I've seen that a lot
I couldn't
with my
agree
clients.
more. Literally, I go in my closet, I just want to throw everything out.
Well, hi, I'm Jamie.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Let me come to your closet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we go through, and so you start, obviously we kind of have similar backgrounds. You left Anderson, and what'd you do?
I left Anderson. I went to private. I worked at Verizon Communications.
Very fun.
It was a big public company.
Right.
I worked on their M&A group, and I helped them with acquisitions. Also sort of boring, but in the background. And then I wanted to move out to Long Island after 9/11 because I wanted to be closer to my family.
Were you living in the city?
I live in the city.
Okay.
And I took a job at Markham, and I've been there since about 2008. I was at another company in between also. And Markham was purchased by CBIZ in November of 2024. And now we are a bigger part of CBIZ, and we are 11,000 people throughout the country. So it's a great.
Are you remote? You're in the city? Where are you?
I'm based in the Long Island office, but I work home. I meet with clients.
Right. There's the hours are all the time, pretty much.
I kind of make my own schedule, but the key is really to bring in clients and develop relationships and do events like this.
And you're focused on. Well, you specialize just in tax.
I specialize in. My role has switched over to doing business development more than anything else recently.
Now it makes a lot of sense.
It
all makes sense.
Tap into
I
your
get
strengths.
Got it.
I'll bring in any of the services that Markham can do. One of the biggest things I was involved with in the last couple of years is the cannabis industry, because I like to look for markets that are a little bit unique.
And unregulated.
And well, I mean, it's regulated now in New York, or should be regulated.
Poorly.
Yeah, I saw that in your portfolio.
Yeah.
Why do you consider that your specialty?
Well, it's one of my specialties. But I got attracted to it in the last couple of years because I like to go where there's potentially a lot of business and it's something I'm passionate about. It's very important to be passionate about what I'm doing. And I was passionate about the cannabis space because of just personal experience and what was going on in the market, and the fact that there was such a big opportunity, especially in New York. And when New York went legal in 2021, I said, this is going to be one of the biggest industries.
Especially if you were a felon.
In New York, especially if you were a
felon. You could go into business because you were a felon.
Very relevant.
Exactly. So I've gotten very involved. I do a lot of speaking. The tax laws associated with the cannabis industry are incredibly complex. There is another our Internal Revenue Code section called Section 280E that basically says that nothing is deductible for cannabis companies. So even though it might have been illegal, you still have to file taxes.
Not to get all technical and stuff, but do you find issues because it's not legal at the federal level, but at the state level?
Yes.
So from a tax and compliance standpoint,
there's a lot of issues there. The tax law is incredibly complex because of the federal and the state differences. It's highly regulated, and the opportunity is immense. So those, and I'm passionate about people having access to cannabis if they need it. So all of those attributes to me made it very attractive to go into. It also led to having speaking events that people were intrigued about and doing things and gathering people together. So that's why I got involved in that industry. I'm also involved in other industries too, and I like manufacturing companies because it lends to a lot of R&D and production within the U.S. and doing things here that are very entrepreneurial and just very good as far as like creating opportunities for companies. So I particularly just enjoy doing something that it could drive more people into, and I could attract an audience and have good conversations.
Okay, so let me ask you guys. You go back 7 years now. Friendship got bigger and bigger, and now we came up with this event that we're doing. Let's talk about the event.
Now we're basically the same person.
Well, the event started because I saw Jamie. She posted this on Facebook and Instagram, and I see it coming up, MANstyl'd, and I'm like, what is that? And I'm always looking for something else to do, to talk about in a networking event that's interesting. So
other than the tax law.
Other than the tax law, and to bring something in that's relevant. So
you do pay taxes when you shop.
Sure.
Yeah, you do
it's all relevant.
Yeah, sales taxes, right?
And I said to Jamie, I'm like, listen, you want to promote your company? It's great. I'm like, this is brilliant. Just like you said, it's needed. So I said we went out to lunch at the Bryant. And it was still summer because we were wearing casual shorts and clothes. And I remember, and
we were wearing clothes.
Yeah, we were wearing clothes
for that moment.
Yeah, for that moment.
Yeah, we should wear clothes. And I said, wait a minute, we could do something with this. You could promote your company. We could have a fashion show with executives from Long Island. We could couple it with a good cause. Let me find a good cause.
Her brain exploded. She
and
literally.
Then I could also talk about taxes and finances. When we have Morgan Stanley also talking about, taxes and finances at this event. I'm like, combine those 4 things. And then we're like, oh, it's all F's. So like, there's 4 F's there. So let's call it events 4F. Fundraising, finance, fashion, and fun. And that's the core of what we want to do with these networking events. So it's always going to be those 4 principles, and we're going to do this over and over and replicate it. The command for being a part of this event has been incredible, and it's really working for both of us.
And where is it now? So everybody
at the Hamlet Golf and Country Club in Comac.
Okay.
At 5:30
Wednesday night,
on Wednesday,
5:30.
January 14th.
What time will you ladies be there in the
there.
afternoon?
Well, after I get my hair and makeup done,
Yes.
I'll probably be there around 4.
So are things going to kick off promptly?
So things are going to kick off promptly at 5:30.
Okay.
We're asking the people that are part of it to get there earlier. We have about 10 to 12 sponsors. There's going to be great activities.
There's going to be live music,
There's
DJ.
Live podcast.
Live
podcast.
podcast,
We're going to be doing that. We're going to have, as I said, raffles and food and cocktails and drinks, you said?
Yep, cocktails and drinks.
Cocktails and drinks.
So what comes first? I'm sorry, the fashion
Cocktails
or
and
the
drinks.
finance?
So we do have a complete run of show. I do want to leave things up for intrigue. It's very, very curated to make it incredibly exciting. It's going to be nonstop from the moment you get there. There's going to be an incredible, just a 15-minute talk about some code sections because I can't help myself. It gets me too excited. And some Morgan Stanley's going to talk about, because I save you so much money on taxes, we have to tell people what to do with their money. So she's going to talk a little bit about alternative investments and private equity and private lending and some other unique things to do with your money. We're going to have a quick dialogue.
This is fantastic.
And the fashion show.
So I have to ask a question.
I promise you, everybody will walk away with some sort of knowledge that they can use and be inspired by.
Can we create 90 seconds for Eddie Potts to speak? It's a wrinkle.
I mean,
you don't have to answer. You don't have to.
I mean, if you want to practice and tell me what you're going to say, you're going to have to you have
just
to rehearse for me.
Just introducing the podcast. You guys were on it for them to go look at the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's all about it's not about pods.
I think
it's about the podcast. Go see our podcast. See the ladies. Just
because you asked so nicely.
Good.
Yeah.
And because we have a great rapport.
I think it's going to be.
That's great.
We're kind of running. We're going to go with it because we don't really know. We've never done it before. As far as
are you live podcasting? From
no, it's not live.
Okay.
It's not going to stream live.
I like the idea because
but we could potentially do some stuff where
that would be cool.
People that are motivated to come. We have sponsors there that are obviously motivated to promote their companies and and I have a new company. It's coming. It's called Back Nine. They're a simulating golf event company.
They're in Comac.
They're wonderful, and they want to get their name out. So they're all motivated.
You're going to make
announcements.
So
I would like to send them over
Absolutely.
and give them the opportunity to meet with you and
Absolutely.
broadcast their company, because everybody has a motivation for coming. Beyond just looking at me and Jamie. I mean, I understand
it's hard not to.
Right.
And when you say some of the things you say, even as a married man, you sit there and say, "Do I have a shot?"
Yeah, and sometimes we want them to think that.
I know that.
You know, and sometimes we want them to be
salesman.
Yeah, like underestimate us,
salesmanship,
and then
right?
you just like bring them in and start talking to them because they think we're cute, and then you like say a code section, and then they're like, "Oh my God, she's got."
He got excited.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, he got excited.
That's my
and
secret.
he's single too.
That's
just
my
so you
secret
know.
weapon.
He's not single, but
I thought you were.
Oh, your wife's gonna get very upset.
I'm Jamie.
No wife. No wife.
That's a secret weapon.
Does she watch the podcast?
we're going to get all kinds of trouble here.
We're gonna get all kinds of trouble. Lure them in with the beauty, and then hook them in with the code section.
Listen, my wife already met you girls. She knows, you know.
Brains are very important.
So,
Can we have more tequila?
yeah.
Just kidding.
Well, you want to do the last questions, or?
Yeah, we have two last questions, but we'll let Mark have a third.
Okay.
It's interesting. Your path is interesting. Energy is amazing. I think this event's going to be pretty exciting. The Hamlet's a great place for anyone who hasn't been there, especially as a Comac resident. So, what happens? Where do you see yourselves in the next 5 years?
On billboards.
What kind of billboards?
What are you wearing?
Well, that billboard that lady did, that she was single and she wanted to find a husband. Maybe we'll do that. Do you have anyone that makes billboards? Can we put it on the pods? Like single ladies?
We could probably lead with that now.
That would probably be a good thing.
All the single ladies. All the single ladies.
Yeah. Is that the billboard kind of thing? I think it's a great idea. Yeah. No.
Have you?
Honestly, though, where do I see myself in 5 years?
Your business, with what you're doing now, with these events and whatnot, or where your career, where you see everything going?
I don't know. You know, like I've had such an entrepreneurial mindset for the last 15 years, so who knows where it's really going to lead me. But right now, you know, this MANstyl'd is my focus, and I just see myself continuously, you know, empowering myself and finding new things that I'm passionate about, helping people, making money, and just being a freaking boss bitch.
Love it. What about you?
You know what? I really don't like, you know, knowing where I'm going to be. I like the path, and I like the mystery. All I know is that I want to make sure that like I continue to build relationships with people, collaborate with people, introduce people. I mean, you just told me about your son, that he's looking for an internship. I get so many resumes, and I like to connect, you know, kids and other people with their jobs. I just like to build connections and build relationships and make as many and do as many
That's
good
a
things
5-year
as
plan.
possible.
Jill's the most selfless person you will ever
That is a
meet.
5-year plan.
So it's a 5-year plan. Thank you for that, and you are too. So I want to continue to just build a network of people and try to do as many good things as possible and stay relevant, right?
Staying relevant is
That's the most important thing.
You know, for myself, all my peers are starting to retire. I'm 61. They're starting to plan to retire, and I'm like, I got a daughter going to college next year. I got another 5 years at least working, and I want to make the most of it. I want to enjoy what I do. I mean, I love my pods job, but I love this more. And if I could somehow transport this into a self-sufficient.
Because just what they say, it's never work a day in your life.
This isn't work
if you
for
just
me.
enjoy
This
what you do.
This is fun.
Yep.
But I get to connect people, which is what I've been doing for the past, running that with the networking group that you came to our dinner. I'm the president of that group. That is my job, to communicate.
It's a skill,
to
too,
get people
you know?
together.
You need us to come to every one of those events to spice it up.
Well, your energy definitely spices it up, I would say,
I mean,
for sure.
you need us.
We're so excited.
Last
We are
question,
so
ladies.
excited.
Yeah.
Here it comes, and it's separate, but you'll have your own answers. If you can have dinner with anyone who has lived or died,
Oh, gosh.
who would you like to sit and have dinner with?
I mean, I'm going to get emotional now. I mean, I shouldn't, I mean.
It's okay, I get emotional. It's okay.
It happens. A lot of
Who
people
do you want to have dinner with?
My brother, he's passed away. I would love to have dinner with him and tell him how far I came in life and where I am at. And I mean, I know it's not, I mean, you know.
I get it.
Yeah.
My wife has lost 2 brothers, so I totally understand how you feel about that. Jamie?
I think it would be my grandmother today, to just tell her and show her that I'm okay from where I was when she wasn't here.
Gotcha. Well, that's great. Listen, this was as much fun as I had hoped it would be. I'm looking to connect it more down the road. Doing the event on Wednesday night, being a small part of it, and that's how I look at it, us being a small part of it, but having a voice and helping you raise that money, that means a lot to me. The organization that I belong to, all we do is donate to charities. So trying to get people to come to this. I got on the phone right away. Hopefully some of the people signed up to come.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a confluence of various.
And we want men and women, just so it knows.
No,
This
of
isn't
course,
just
of
like
course, of course.
I mean,
event,
we need
men and
women to look at the men and like
Right,
clap
exactly.
them and, you know, really just whistle.
Right.
And
It's actually
stuff.
funny, just really quickly, when I was doing the styling, because Mitchell's is sponsoring all of the clothing, so I've been going there basically
Aren't they in
almost every
Huntington?
day.
Mitchell's in
They're in
Huntington,
Huntington,
yes,
and
we
they're
should
actually
talk
national.
about
They're
them.
all over. Yeah, they're phenomenal, and I love the people that's been working there. So we've obviously been picking out and styling our models, but the best part was yesterday we had one of our models there. We're teaching them how to walk, and it was basically like, just pretend that you're pointing at the ladies, you know, and it's just so funny.
We
like
should
seeing
get
them
the
all. So
ladies,
we
like,
need the
little
ladies
whistles
in
and things.
the audience
Yes.
for the men to point at
Yes,
and be like,
yeah.
Do you know Alina
That was very
Galuzzo?
sexy, that look. That was a sexy look.
Do you know Alina Galuzzo?
Chris's
Yes,
wife,
of course.
Oh, she's
Are
coming.
you
yes.
part of
wonderful.
her? Are you part of her women's group?
I don't think we are, but we should be.
She runs
Yeah.
an empowering women's group. My wife is actually part of
Okay.
it. They do events.
They are such
do
a kick-ass
charity.
family.
Oh,
They are
hell
so
yeah.
wonderful.
He was
honestly.
first guest on
I
this
said
podcast.
Really?
future mayor or future
Really,
something.
they are
That's
just
amazing.
that Chris Galuzzo. He's always smiling.
He's everywhere.
Great
He
guy.
is
Nicest
always
guy.
smiling,
Yep. Yep.
and
His
Alina's
son
always
is
a doll,
gorgeous,
super
and he's going to be one of
All
our
right.
models.
Yeah.
We are
Exactly.
6
We were
minutes
talking
over.
about
You're going to
that.
go first. Say goodbye. How can we find you? Where do we want to find you?
Oh my
Look at the
God! Well,
camera.
you definitely always want to find me. I'm Jamie Pirowskin, and my virtual assistant website is jamieandfriends.com, and my MANstyl'd website is MANstyl'd, MANSTYLD.com. So you can visit one of those two websites, and all my information is right there. And
Excellent.
I live in Woodbury, New York, with my two sons.
You want to give your address and your phone number?
And my
And what about you, Jill?
So you can find me. I'm a managing director at CBiz. You can find me on their website and or Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. And you know, I thank you for this opportunity to,
Yeah, it
to
was
be
wonderful.
here. This is wonderful.
Really.
And thank you for everyone that's collaborating with us for this event. And we hope everybody has a great time. And
Mark?
we're
Thank
excited.
you.
Mark Simpson. I used to be a CFO. I just quit because now I'm going to be hosting a podcast with the four of us going forward. So that's it.
I am Eddie Pods, your host. You can reach me at eddiepods@gmail.com. If you're available on Wednesday night, even if you show up at the door with a credit card, we'll let you in. We will be at the Hamlet in Comac, sponsoring the main fundraisers for Clark Gillies Foundation. Will someone from Clark Gillies be there?
Yes, we are going to have one of the board members, Chris Amplo, who is the largest sponsor of this event.
Excellent.
He's going to be speaking about the organization, and Jamie put together a wonderful slideshow about the event. Jamie's amazing with her internet and social media skills. She's so great.
Excellent.
Everything Jamie does is awesome.
Well,
I don't know how we would top this
Everything.
episode, but thank you all very much. We'll
You're
be
not
back
going to.
soon. We're
Yeah,
out.
it's just like, you're not going to.
You're not going to. Yeah.